Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we have some very important shorter-term technical analysis to do because to the untrained eye, the last 48 hours or so do not look very significant on the Bitcoin market. But guys, today is Monday. The weekend has ended, and over the last 48 hours or so, Bitcoin has rallied about 1%, about $100 above the all-important 20 daily exponential moving average. Not only that, but over the last 2 days, the 50 daily simple moving average has started to curve up, along with many other bullish technicals that are just starting to flash in the last couple of days. Guys, we have a lot to cover in today's video. Many things that we haven't talked about in a while, many things that I don't think many other people on YouTube are discussing. As you guys will be aware, Bitcoin has been in a pennant pattern over the last 2.5 months or so, and timing is going to be very important over the next couple of days as to when Bitcoin breaks this. Whether or not we break it to the upside is going to be determined before about this time in August. So guys, I encourage you, pay attention to this video and pay attention to the chart. Guys, I have something very special lined up for you at the end of today's video, so if you do enjoy today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's see if we can get to 1,300 likes. And guys, before we just go ahead and dive on into it, I do want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy because, as you guys know, CT2A is on sale right now. Using the July 2020 coupon code at checkout, you're going to get $40 off on the Academy that's going to lay the foundation for technical analysis in your mind. Guys, investing in your education is the most important investment you will ever make, and I would encourage you not to pass up on the opportunity to get in on CT2A now before the price increases as we continue to add more videos. In fact, there are 3 new videos going up in the Academy today. Those would be updates to wedges and pennants, market structure, and trading and investing. Guys, if you want to learn Bitcoin technical analysis so you can profit in these markets, CT2A is the one-stop shop to do that. More on that at the end of the video. But for now, though, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Needn't fear, guys. The boss lady is here. By the way, look, if you're trying to do technical analysis and you don't have your coffee, I don't know what you do. Go get your coffee. Come on. Hop to. Go on. Go get it. If you don't drink coffee, go get your tea. Go get something. Come on. You need some kind of caffeine in you to do technical analysis. We're going to be here a while, guys. This might be a long video. Strap in. Make sure you got your coffee. Let's do this. Guys, the last couple of months on Bitcoin have been undeniably a little bit boring. We have ended our uptrend and we have started trading sideways, and many people would say that that is a bearish thing for Bitcoin. Many people are concerned that Bitcoin's going to fall over here and pull back to at least the 200 daily moving average, if not much farther. However, I vehemently disagree. I believe that Bitcoin is about to break to the upside in a big way, and I think we're going to see that happening in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's hard to predict exactly when that's going to happen, but I will show you how to trade it. And as I said in the intro, guys, to the untrained eye, the last 2 days on Bitcoin don't look all that significant. However, I would disagree, and I believe that they are. Reason being, especially in the last 2 days, but in fact in the last 4 or 5 days, Bitcoin has set a bottom in here just below the 20 daily exponential moving average. Have we not talked about how important it is that Bitcoin be above the 20 DEMA at length in many different videos? In fact, guys, the very last video down here in CT2A, the 20 EMA, is one of my favorite videos because the 20 EMA is such an important moving average. As I said, Bitcoin is trading sideways, but it's staying above that moving average. We fell a couple of dollars below it. We fell about 0.5% below it. That counts as support to me. And over the last couple of hours, in fact, if we look down in the hourly chart, Bitcoin has been rallying pretty significantly off of, you guessed it, the 20 hourly exponential moving average. And one thing you're going to notice down here on the hourly chart, and especially the 15-minute chart today, guys, is that there's a lot of volatility coming back to Bitcoin. Notice on this hourly chart, look at how massive wicks are forming. Giant wick down here, giant wick to the upside, big moves, pulling back, big moves. Even though we're not seeing long-term volatility, guys, we're seeing a resurgence in short-term volatility. And remember what we say, every long-term trend has to start on the short term. And the short term right now, as we have just talked about, is seeing a return of volatility, which is a very good sign because a return of volatility is one of the first things that you will see before a breakout of a pennant pattern, which, by the way, what are we in? We're in a pennant pattern. And not just any ordinary pennant pattern, guys. If you will remember, the downtrending level of resistance on our pennant right now, this one right here, is the same level of resistance that Bitcoin has been under for the last 3 years. Bitcoin breaking that would result in a rally of biblical proportions and would completely change the landscape of the cryptocurrency industry. I am not exaggerating. Bitcoin significantly breaking that downtrend would go down in cryptocurrency history. We will be talking about this breakout 10 years from now, guys. Bitcoin has never been under a 3-year-long downtrend of resistance, and when it breaks it, it is going to be significant. But let's jump back down to the short term, because as I said, everything has to start on the short-term time frames and grow from there. As you will notice, not only has Bitcoin managed to hold support in the zone around the 20D EMA, right now we actually opened above it. We didn't open below it and rally above it. Today's candlestick opened above the 20D EMA. I want to see it close above the 20D EMA, and I think we very well may see that. One thing to note as well, guys, is that the 50 is now moving significantly to the upside. Back on the 9th of July, we saw the 50 daily simple moving average shift from a downtrend to an uptrend. That's a slightly longer term, more lagging moving average. The fact that it's moving up is very healthy. And in fact, in the last 24 hours, you can see the inclination of that 50 daily simple moving average has started to move even farther and faster to the upside. Definitely a good sign there. As you can see also, we're seeing divergence between the 100 and the 200. That's not really slowing down. This is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger by the day. That's a good sign. Bitcoin stochastic RSI has stopped right here around the 60 level, and it looks like it just crossed and may start trending to the upside if we have another 48 hours of green. Would definitely be a good thing to see. MACD, guys, we've still had that bullish MACD cross. We can't forget this. I've already mentioned this on video, but I'm going to mention it again. The last time we saw an actual MACD cross was back over here on the 21st of March. We haven't seen one since then except for on the 6th of July. We saw a fake out right here, but that didn't really count. We were above the histogram. Bitcoin was clearly in a pennant pattern. Didn't really count. The last time we saw a cross like this was down here, guys, and Bitcoin rallied nearly 100% to follow. And of course, we can't forget our buy signal finally coming in on the hash ribbons. This took a while, but we did finally see it. But Jeb, I hear you shouting, Jeb, look at this volume over here. This is declining. Bitcoin's volume's going down. How do you expect an uptrend with declining volume? Did you go to clown college? I did not go to clown college. I went to circus college. Also known as Santa Fe. Anyway, moving on. One thing I also want to mention, though, guys, is that even though Bitcoin's volume is declining, even though volatility is low, this is a minor point, but one I do want to make. Bitcoin's interest over on Google Trends has jumped from 45 to 46. Now, of course, that's not really a very big jump. This isn't that big of a deal, but it's something I want to bring to your attention. We have stopped losing interest in Bitcoin. What that means is this. What was Bitcoin doing back over here in December and November and all this time when Bitcoin was sitting around $39.40 on the key search term Bitcoin? Bitcoin was trading up here between $8,000 and $10,000, and then when we fell, it jumped. But what this means, guys, is that price has stabilized up here, and so too has the interest. We've stopped seeing people leave the space for the key search term Bitcoin. I've noticed this on YouTube also. Viewership has gone down in the last 45 days or so for all of the crypto YouTubers, but that has plateaued. That has stopped. We've hit a bottom on people leaving this space on YouTube and seemingly also on Google. What that means is that we're laying a strong foundation here at 9,300. Every day that passes, it's going to be harder for us to just crash because we're getting comfortable here. I mean, hell, guys, look at the last 3 years. Look at the stupid amount of support we have beneath us on the VPVR. This isn't us zooming in and looking at the last couple of months and having a massive bias. This is looking at 3 years of price data, and we have a significant amount of support beneath us. We have built a massive foundation in the $6,000 to $10,000 range, and I think as soon as Bitcoin breaks this downtrend of resistance around there, we're going to shoot to the moon, and we're never going to have to worry about going below 6K again because just look at that support. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm going to go so far as to say I don't think the question is whether or not we're going to break that downtrend of resistance this year. I think the question is when, and what that means is that this is not a matter of technical analysis so much, this is more a matter of timing and trading. So here's the very most important thing that I can tell you. Don't leave the space because it's going to come like a thief in the night, the breakout here, guys. It's going to happen like that. You're all going to think, oh, this is just a fake out. Oh, Bitcoin's just having a stupid rally. Oh, Bitcoin's not doing anything, and then you're going to miss it. It's going to go fast. When Bitcoin breaks this downtrend of resistance, it might be tomorrow, it might be next month, it might be 3 months from now, but I do think it's happening this year. When Bitcoin does this, there might be a fake out, but there's a pretty good chance that it's going to be for real. The fundamentals are in place. The foundation is laid. The frame is built. The roof is on. Guys, we're putting the siding on now. People are about to move in. We're closing on the house. Bitcoin is getting here. And I don't want you guys to miss it because this will be one of the biggest trades, probably one of the biggest green candlesticks in 2020. And don't we want to have some kind of trade to redeem all the crap that's happened this year? I know I would. So here's what you need to know. Bitcoin's downtrend of resistance, I have drawn something like this. People have drawn this downtrend of resistance many different ways. Guys, you need to understand when you have a long-term downtrending level of resistance, uptrending level of support, whatever. When you have a long-term trend, people are going to draw it in different ways. And what that means is that not everybody is going to agree on exactly when the breakout happens, which is why you look at the volume and the volatility and the speed of the market and the movement, how wide the spread is, how thin the order books are. You look at things like that, not just necessarily whether or not Bitcoin crossed a specific price target. Keep in mind everything I just said. That's really, really valuable trading wisdom. You might want to watch that again. But the point I'm making is that it's not necessarily going to be exactly obvious based on the trend line when Bitcoin has a big breakout here. You will, however, know based on the velocity of the market and the change in that velocity of the market. You'll see it down on the minute chart with Bitcoin moving $20, $30 in a minute. And when that happens, you're going to want to open a long position, guys. Obligatory, this is not trading advice. This is not financial advice. I'm simply giving you an idea of how to trade this market. Please do your own research. I'm not your mother. Hashtag not your mama. With that said, now hopefully you won't sue me. Let's get into the trade. I'm joking. Most of you wouldn't even think about that, but you know, there's some of you guys out there that I'm not so sure about. With this trade example that I'm giving you, the price target, the entry position is kind of irrelevant because we don't know exactly when Bitcoin is going to have the breakout. We don't really know when we can confirm that, so I'm just going to call it 96.30. I would have a stop loss here, guys, a little bit below the 50 daily simple moving average. If Bitcoin falls below that and we're trying to have a big breakout, we're done. That's just not how this is going to go. When Bitcoin breaks, we're going to hit several different levels of resistance, and we're going to pause at them. We might not stop at them long, but we're going to pause at them. The very first one's going to be $10,500 because that is where we have double topped over the last several months. At this position, in my opinion, this is just one way of trading, so please do your own research. In my opinion, this would be a good position to maybe exit 25 to 35% of your position and lock in profits. And by the way, guys, this trade alone is 3.25x risk to reward ratio already, which is well into a good trade idea as we lay out in the first cohort Coffee and Crypto morning live streams. From there, guys, your next big levels of resistance are probably going to be as follows. Based on historic price data, there is reason to believe that Bitcoin may take a pit stop at 11.7 because that's where our double top was back in February of 18. I remember that vividly. And I'll be quite honest with you guys, especially if you look at the VPVR, there's not really any VPVR resistance above that. If we break 11.7, we're off to the races. Next top to probably take some profit at would be around $13,000 to $13,500 up here on one of these tops, somewhere in this zone. Honestly, this should really be a zone. Somewhere up there is where I'd take profit. Guys, if you did a trade like this, that's like a 15x risk to reward ratio. 38% return on no leverage. Imagine if you were in like 25x leverage on that. Let me just do the math on that real quick. Let's say you get a 37% return on 25x leverage and you're holding a quarter of your position through there. That quarter of your position you're still holding when we hit like 13.7 would be, 231% return. Not bad, not bad. But guys, also keep in mind, this is such a big movement that this is something you might want to swing trade. You might not be able to stay in a position long enough to see Bitcoin do that. I'm not expecting Bitcoin to just wick straight up here and just go boom in one day, get up there. You'd probably have that position closed, so you may have to do this trade several different times, entering again and again. But the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is not really the trade. Look, that's a trade setup. You can do that. Nothing really wrong with that. I think that's a decent trade. I'll probably end up doing the same thing. But the reason that I'm showing you that is not to actually show you the trade. The reason I'm showing you that is to show you where we're going. I do believe that Bitcoin will be at $14,000, $13,000 by the end of the year if we break this. And I do think we're going to break it this year. So it would make sense that Bitcoin is that high. We've laid the foundation. We have built the frame. We have put the roof on. We've survived the biggest economic catastrophe in 8 decades. And Bitcoin has come out the other side smelling like a rose. Apart from a couple of companies like Tesla, Bitcoin has outperformed every single other asset class in the world. Give me any market that has had 130, 140% return in the last 4 months. You will find a few of them. A couple of different companies have exploded, but you won't find many of them. The majority of the global economy is shuddering right now, and Bitcoin is thriving. Our foundation is stronger than it ever has been, and I want you to understand that even though Bitcoin has been trading sideways for 45 days, does not by any stretch excuse you leaving the market now. That would be a horrible idea in my opinion. Now, you know what they say about opinions, but you came here for mine, so that's mine. Bitcoin is likely going to have a significant breakout, a significant return to volatility, and I think a lot of you guys agree with me on that. In fact, simply tell us in the comment section down below. Guys, before we wrap up, there is one thing I want to mention, and that is CT2A. But before I do, I want to mention why CT2A goes on sale. Everything is really starting to ramp up. Things are starting to move very quickly in the background here. We have a lot of developments going on in the back end. We're signing the lease on our office today. I'm talking to my attorney. I'm talking to insurance. I'm talking to my trainer. I'm talking to all kinds of different people. I have so much work to get done. Our team has gone from myself and Taylor to myself, Taylor, John, Gia, and Shannon, and then several other people that are working as contractors with us to build out this company. And all of that takes money. So guys, I'm not saying this to justify myself selling the course that has sold 2,000 copies that I am extremely proud of and that I go to sleep every night knowing that we do a good job. I'm not saying it to justify us selling CT2A. I am, however, telling you that so that you know where your money is going when you buy the Academy. It doesn't go to me buying a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or anything. It goes into building McAfee Media, the company that is holding this YouTube channel and that is going to be designed to build this YouTube channel and this following and this career and this business that we have in educating you guys to the fullest extent possible. Guys, our mission here is to help as many people learn technical analysis as possible because I have seen the impact it's had in my life. I have seen the impact it's had in other people's lives. And guys, I will be the first to tell you that money is not everything. However, money will solve most of the problems in this world. I truly believe that entrepreneurship, problem solving, and resources are the way that we are going to fix the problems that we have in the first world, the third world, and everything in between. What happens when your parents are in the hospital? What happens when you have a wedding? What happens when you have a funeral? What happens when your kids are trying to go off to college? Where is the money going to come from? It's not enough anymore to live on a $60,000 a year career. There is entrepreneurship growing in a serious way in this country, and cryptocurrency technical analysis and trading, in my opinion, is a form of entrepreneurship. You are working for yourself. You are growing your skills. If you get really big, you're building your team. Many people that get into cryptocurrency start businesses in the same way that I have. And guys, I wholeheartedly believe, I've said this from the very beginning, that the greatest investment you will ever make is one in your mind. And if you want access to everything that is at your fingertips in the crypto community, because this is one of the fastest growing industries out there. A lot of people look at the last 30 days on Bitcoin and say, oh, Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's stagnant, Bitcoin's not doing anything. You haven't been paying attention for 10 years then, because no one even knew what Bitcoin meant 5 years ago, let alone 10. There is untold amounts of wealth sitting in this market waiting to be tapped. And I personally am not trying to seek that wealth to enrich myself. I'm seeking it to enrich other people. I hope that shows through these videos, but I want you to understand the gold mine we're sitting on top of. But to access that, you need to know what you're doing. And that is why we developed the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, guys. There are 36 videos and over 12 hours of high-quality, well-edited, well-structured and researched content in this academy to teach you everything from the very basics of how to set up and use TradingView in exactly the way that I do, everything from basic support and resistance and candlestick charts. If you're new here, this is a very noob-friendly course. And then we take everyone from where you are, take you all the way up to where we are now, and I teach you everything that I know. I don't hold back. If I know it, it's in this course. And by the way, there are a lot more videos coming to CT2A. There's 36 videos. The goal is to have 50 by the end of the year. As I said at the beginning of the video, there are 3 new videos coming out today that all current members are going to get access to free of charge. Join once, you have a lifetime membership. It's not a once-a-year fee. You join CT2A and you have it for life. Guys, as of right now, there are 1,944 students enrolled in the academy, and they tell me every single day in the comment section, in our emails, in our Discord server, on Twitter, and everywhere in between just how valuable this academy is. I can tell you what it's about all day long, but you probably aren't going to trust me because I'm the one selling it. Go down to our Discord server down below and talk to some of our students. Ask them what you think. Look in the comment section. There's probably some people down there talking about CT2A. And by the way, guys, we do have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and yes, we do accept Bitcoin payment, so says the neon sign that's hiding behind my head. Anyway, guys, I got to get back to building this business so that we can bring you guys more content. We have a new camera coming in tomorrow. I'm very busy, and I'm very happy about it. I've never been so happy in my life, and it's because I'm able to work on something that is fulfilling. Guys, cryptocurrency technical analysis, Bitcoin, it's a very fulfilling thing to do. Watching yourself get better every single day. When you make a profitable trade, that feels good. That feels real good. But you got to know what you're doing first, guys. But anyway, guys, enough of that. If you did enjoy today's video, hit that like button. It really helps out the video in the YouTube algorithm so that we get ranked and so that more people see the content and more people can join our ever-growing community of cryptocurrency technical analysts. And also, if you're new here, consider subscribing. We do daily content. There's nearly 900 videos on this channel in the last 950 days. I've probably missed just over a month of uploads in nearly 3 years of being in the space. I encourage you to hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 50,000 subscribers, and we're going to do something fun for that. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.